Welcome, my name is Tisha and this is StarMade. In today's episode we're going to take a look at this ship that we have in front of me here. This is the ISAKOW, built by DergeileFabi. Interesting username, by the way. But this is a hammerhead ship, by the looks of it. Kind of reminds me of the hammerhead design that you have in Star Wars. Perhaps combined with some other ship elements from other ship designs. But not that big a ship, but not small either. And it's got quite a lot of detail going for it, by the looks of it, especially the engines. And the rest of the main body is mainly the blue armor, by the looks of it. And we've got a cockpit front and center over here. If you look inside it, we can see that there is a captain's chair over there, so we're going to check that out once we go inside. And we have some weapons at the front, by the looks of it, missiles, and I'm not sure if there's other weapons here. Perhaps behind, yeah, behind here, so cannons as well. So we've got cannons and missiles, by the looks of it. And then this neck portion goes to the main body that flares out into these very detailed engine bolts. There's a lot going on here, perhaps a bit too much actually. Lots of different materials changes, though that's always a good thing. But yeah, like I said, I think it's too detailed, no, not too detailed, perhaps not the correct word, but too many flashlights? I'm not sure. The disconnect between the engines, how they are detailed, and how the main body is detailed, I think. It's not quite the same level of detail. Then in the back here we've got two nice big engines, so I am thinking that this ship is going to be a fast one, at least that's the impression I get. Then we've got this landing bay of some sort here with a door, so we probably can expect some sort of landing bay inside the ship as well. This reminds me very much of a Star Trek design, so basically a mesh between a Star Wars and a Star Trek ship. Yeah, you could even say these engines are the Star Trek pylons from warp drive engines, sort of like that. But yeah. Pretty interesting design choice. Let's check out the bottom here. Lots of detail in the middle as well. This is a method I use often myself as well. I have the armor panels on top of a grey main body with details in the open spaces between the armor plates. It usually works fine. And I did notice that it has some, yeah, it does have some AMS studs on top here. But that's about it, because there's no studs at the bottom of the ship. Oh, this is interesting. This is a 45-degree angled and docked radar dish or something like that. And I believe there's something docked here as well. This looks different in the lighting I have over here. So there's something here. Yeah, I see docking blocks over here. So there's something going on with logic and docked entities. I'll have to check that out as well. But like I said, interesting shape. The only thing I find a bit strange is when the neck connects to the main body. You use a lot of slab blocks over here. But that's the only place you're actually using them in the shape of the main body, except for the hammerhead design over here. It works for the hammerhead itself. I don't think it works for this part of the hull. But that's my personal opinion. But now I have to check the insides. I'm not sure where the door is for this one. It's not. I would expect that it is something over here. there's nothing. Oh, there it is. That's purely a coincidence. I would have expected it somewhere over here or something, but no, it's not. Let's get out of here. Grab my core. As you can see here, it doesn't always want to grab it. Okay, just never mind. I'll go inside without grabbing the core. Okay, there's no button outside, so it's a manual airlock. Do we have? No, we don't have the gravity over here. Can I please activate it? Yeah, now it's activated. Yeah, there's no cycling button either, so it's all doing the cycling by hand. Yeah, we end up in the front of the ship, so nice view from our main cockpit over here. And I'm assuming that this is that's the other airlock. And then we have our captain's chair over here, so we can sit in the chair over here and then command our crew to attack that ship or something like it. Quite nice, quite a nice layout for a command deck like this. But yeah, a bit strange that the airlock leads to this section immediately. I mean, if you would breach those airlocks as a enemy, then you're basically immediately can take over the ship because you have control of the bridge. And then we've got this hallway leading through the neck portion of the ship. So that's always a problem with a design like this. It looks cool, but why is there this hallway here? It's not a practical use unless you want the ship bridge to be disconnected from the main body for some reason, radiation or something. So this is where the core is located by the looks of it. So we can open this up and have access to the core defection block by the looks of it. And we have some, oh, I didn't notice that before, we have some windows over here and some controls for something at least. Not sure what this block is. I think it's one of the mine layers or something. Not sure. Then we have a hallway with some connecting rooms by the looks of it. This is the transporter. So we can beam people up here. And then this whole design is... Okay, it's the wall that's reset with some blocks, so you can get these lights in the side of the wall. It's very very cool trick. 2 rooms here. This is the medical bay. This is a nice operating table. Quite like how this was done. And we've got some other medical doodads and an examination table, I assume. It's very dark, this part. Might need an extra light. Medical bays should always be brightly lit, in my opinion. And this is some sort of recreation room, I think, with a bathroom, I assume. Very strange toilet. And then on this end we have, this is a bunk bed. Bunk bed with, this is a ladder to get up to the top bunk. Light switch, nice. So this is where the crew stays, so yeah. Then this goes to the back and down, but let's check out this first. What's this? This is a ship, I think. Yeah, I think it is. And some storage. Yeah, this is a separate ship. So this is a very small ship, but it's a separate ship. Oh yeah, this is the back hangar. This opens the door. No, it doesn't. Do we have a button for the door, or just open it by hand? Or does this button do something? Okay. It does something with that. This is a ramp. Okay, I get it now. So you can land this ship then. If you have a ramp, then I assume you can land this ship. Have to check that out, see if there's some sort of landing gear on this thing, because I don't think it can be landed as this at this moment. Yeah, that's about it for this level of the ship, I think. So if you go down, then we have some sort of, what's this? Ah, okay, this is for the satellite dish. It's a good thing that I can read German. So this is some sort of engineering room, I think. Yeah, it is. Some sort of air treatment, water treatment, things like that. I always try to incorporate those type of rooms in my ships as well. And a build block by the looks of it, so you can, yeah, it's engineering basically. And that's about it for this level, I think. There's nothing else I missed, I think. Can't go anywhere else. Oh, I've been here. Yeah, this is where I came from. So let's hop into the core. Let's check out in build mode if we missed anything. Yeah, there's still a lot of space left over, but this is one of the engine ports by the looks of it. Yeah. So this is new power, so that's at least good. And yeah, we still have some room left over below here, but yeah, this is as far as it goes. It doesn't go any lower. So this is the part where the yeah, the back of the ship is. Yeah, very tiny shuttle. It looks cute. It's a nice little design. It's hard to do small builds like that. So quite nicely put together. But like I said, I do think there are some parts of this ship that don't match each other basically. So like I said, the level of detail on the engines is basically greater than the level of detail you have on your main body. So the blue armor panels are very stark contrast to the rest of the detail of the ship. Let me grab my interface, see if we have some systems. So cannons, like I said, and missiles. Okay, scanner, tractor beam. Oh, that's not something you see often on a warship. Jump drive. Okay, I think this will probably be for the landing gear. Yeah, there it is. We do have landing gear. Very nice landing gear as well, by the looks of it, because it rotates. I didn't notice that, so it's very well put together to be hidden in the body of the ship itself. So if you are quick, you might be able to see it. Okay, so it basically rotates and then pulls back flush with the hull like this, so you can't see it. Very nicely put together. Job well done. And then you had, of course, this this button that basically pulls back this bit for the ramp. And that's about it, I think. No, we don't have any other buttons to press. So I think that's it. Let's check out the reactor real quick. What do you have? Scanner package, more scanner. But we don't have a mining array on this one, so why would you need an ore scanner? Okay, package for jump drive, base shield enhancements. Break the base number, so we've got a bit more power. It's level 24, so it's got more than enough power to get things done. But you still have space left over, enough space even to even upgrade the systems if you really want. I think you can go even higher. Yeah, there's still plenty of space to do that. There's one thing I want to do. I want to see if I can make some small changes, so very simple changes, to see if we can bring out the main hull of the ship a bit more. And one time skip later, here we are. These are some very subtle changes I made to this second copy of the ship. And these are just tips and tricks I can give you. This is just my opinion how you can basically change a design like this. But it's not a commentary on the original design itself. There's a couple of things I noticed on the original design that were not necessarily bothering me, but I thought it could be done differently. One of the things is like I said, the neck portion of the ship that connects to the main body of the rest of the ship. You don't use any other places with slabs, though you could do this connection with faux blocks as well. In this case, I chose to go for this type of design. That works quite well as well, without basically interrupting your flow of the blocks you're using. One additional thing I did as well is really simply add some highlights to your blue armor panels. So in this case I used the light blue to get some highlight color in this blue armor. And this also enhances the level of detail that this main body of the ship has compared to the rest of the ship. Including, for example, very small things that you can do. For example, this hammer head design over here. Even if you add some mechanical panels here in a darker color, it immediately levels up the amount of detail that this section of the ship has, even if it is not much. Because if you look at the original design, this hammer of the ship, this hammerhead, it's all gray. There is some variation with advanced armor over here, but you can't really see that from a distance. So it looks very, very plain compared to the rest of the ship. Just add small details like this will help quite a lot. The engine design themselves, I thought they were a bit too much in the amount of detail and they had, but perhaps I'm not explaining it correctly. It's not necessarily too much detail, detail in too much of a repeating pattern. If that makes more sense. Basically what I'm trying to say is, if you look at the original design, you've got these three sections that are divided by beams over here, but this division by three happens on all sides of this cylindrical shape. So if you know that there are three sections in this angled section and this straight section over here, your eye will basically see them as a similar sort of object. So there will be no interest for the human mind to latch onto between the angled part and the straight part, because there's all three sections. They might have some additional different details inside these sections of parts, but that's less interesting than seeing something completely new. So what I did is I basically removed the divisions in the straight section over here, and then added some additional shapes here in the beginning to give it a bit more speed. Speed in the sense that it pointing backwards as if there's something moving that way. So now you have a section with the subdivision into three parts, with some additional highlights I used with the lighter gray blocks, and then this stripe of illuminated, this is ice by the way, that runs in the middle over here, that basically goes over into this section over here to be converted to thrust from the engine. What I also changed is the front of this engine. I basically added this sort of color around it. I found this part to be a bit flimsy, I think is the correct word. Didn't look as strong as it should be, and this, in my opinion, rounds off the shape a bit more, because the original engines are just a cylinder with a cylinder on top of it on the front, so it was a bit jarring. This is just added, so you got this open part as well, as you can still see the original detailing, and this makes it very interesting to get up close to see what happens behind the armor panels that I've put there. Also did the same trick basically with this back part of the engine, added some armor panels over here for reinforcement, and then made this shape here with these lines a bit more exasperated, so you get a bit more shape within your engine design itself. instead of just the cylindrical shape you had going. So these are some very small tips and tricks you can basically add to your ship itself to get a different result than the original design you had. Like I said, take it or leave it. It's just a suggestion for the design itself. So I hope this helps. I hope you learned something from it. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.